Hello and welcome! Over the next few minutes, I'm going to rip through some pretty awesome things you probably don't already know. Or maybe you do. Either way, I hope you find this entertaining. Let's roll. In ancient Egypt, people relied heavily on agriculture made possible by the Nile River for life. Its annual flooding deposits fertile silt along the riverbanks, creating ideal conditions for growing crops and sustaining their civilization in a largely desert environment. Crops grown in the Nile region were wheat, flax, lentils, onions, fruit, and barley for making beer, a daily drink for the Egyptians at the time. As a refresher from your last English lesson in school, a vowel is simply A, E, I, O, and U. But did you know that the word rhythm is the longest English word without a single vowel in it? On the contrary, the longest word with the most vowels is anti-disestablishmentarianism, which has 11 vowels. Would you believe that most ginger cats are male? Yes. Around 80% of ginger cats are male because the gene that produces their orange fur is located on the X chromosome. Since females have 2 X chromosomes, they need to inherit the gene from both parents to be ginger. The more copies of the gene she inherits, the more ginger she will be. And there you have it. A little science just for the fun of it. Brussels sprouts may be the most disliked vegetable for most people, but did you know it's among the most nutritious of all of the veggies out there? Please and by all means, don't let me be the one to talk you into eating more Brussels sprouts. But know this, they're packed full of vitamins and minerals, have virtually no calories, no fat, no cholesterol, and they quickly fill you up. Not to mention, there are many creative ways to make them taste better. All right, that's enough of that. Next. Let's take a quick trip to Namibia in southern Africa. There, you'll find a surreal desert landscape called Dedvlei. This unique place has an ancient bleached white dried-up lake with starkly dead trees, all surrounded by beautiful red dunes. The visible contrasts between colors and its natural elements make this a must-visit attraction, as many have said. In your lifetime, you may have never heard of Dolbear's Law, but you certainly have heard crickets chirping. That's because this law, named after Amos Dolbear, describes the fascinating relationship between cricket chirps and temperature. The faster crickets chirp, the warmer the temperature is, usually. While useful as a rough indicator, using cricket chirps to determine temperature is not always perfectly accurate and can be affected by other factors such as humidity and the cricket's age. The QWERTY keyboard layout, which is standard on most devices used today, was designed for typewriters by inventor Christopher Latham Scholes in the 1870s. These early typewriters had mechanical arms, or type bars, that struck the paper. When typists typed too quickly, the type bars would often collide and jam. The new QWERTY layout was created to prevent the type bars from jamming by separating frequently used letter pairs. Do you want to go to Rome? Which one? There's a city named Rome on every continent. Well, except Antarctica. All right, so there's a Rome on 6 continents. Whatever, next. It's been said that there are more possible chess game variations than atoms in the universe. Perhaps saying there are more chess variations than one could easily count is a more down-to-earth statement. Chocolate has been used as a currency in ancient civilizations of Mexico and South America. As the Aztecs began dominating Mesoamerica in the 14th century, they had to rely on the Mayans and traded cocoa beans with them as a form of money. Saturn's surface is less dense than water because it's primarily composed of hydrogen and helium, which are much lighter than the materials that make up most other planets. All this means is that Saturn could actually float in your bathtub, if it were big enough. Did you know that there are over 700 ancient Egyptian hieroglyphic symbols? Yeah. These hieroglyphs represent sounds, words, or ideas, and were used for nearly 4,000 years. At any rate, compared to just 26 letters of the English alphabet, that's a lot. I'm curious now, did you know any of those or have any comments or questions? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you on the next one.